Hello, my name is Frank. Can you tell me your name?
Hello, Frank. It's nice to meet you. My name is also Frank McKenna. I'm an expert in fraud prevention and fraud trends.
I'm really interested in finding out more about synthetic identity. Can you tell me a little bit about synthetic identity?
Certainly, Frank, synthetic identity fraud is a growing concern in the financial sector. It involves criminals creating fictitious identities by combining real and fake personal information. This type of fraud is particularly challenging to detect and can cause significant losses for businesses and individuals.
Do you know how much synthetic identity fraud costs in the US each year?
Synthetic identity fraud is a major financial burden in the US. According to industry estimates, it costs financial institutions billions annually, while exact figures vary. Some reports suggest losses could be as high as $6 billion per year.
I'm really interested in hearing about pig butchering. Can you tell me what pig butchering is and related to scams?
Pig butchering is a sophisticated type of investment scam that's been growing rapidly. It's named for the way scammers fatten up their victims before going in for the slaughter. The scam typically involves building a relationship with the victim over time, often through dating apps or social media, before convincing them to invest in fake cryptocurrency schemes.
Wow, that is interesting. Can you tell me a little bit about how I can protect my mother from becoming a victim of scams? Can you give me 3 recommendations for her?
Here are 3 key recommendations. 1. Educate her about common fraud tactics and encourage skepticism of unsolicited offers. 2. Set up strong security measures on her devices and accounts, including two-factor authentication. 3. Establish open communication so she feels comfortable discussing any suspicious interactions with you before taking action.
That is interesting. What type of scams should I warn her about?
You should warn your mother about several prevalent scams. 1. Romance scams, where fraudsters build fake relationships to exploit victims financially. 2. Phishing scams, which use deceptive emails or messages to steal personal information. 3. Tech support scams, where criminals pose as IT support to gain access to devices or financial accounts.
Very interesting. Do you have any recommendations for me?
As a fraud prevention expert, I recommend staying informed about the latest fraud trends. Regularly update your security software and be cautious of unsolicited communications. Most importantly, always verify the legitimacy of financial requests, even if they appear to come from trusted sources.
Frank, in your opinion, what is the fraud of the future? What should we be concerned about?
In my expert opinion, the fraud of the future will likely revolve around AI-powered scams. We should be particularly concerned about deepfake technology being used to impersonate trusted individuals or organizations. Additionally, the rise of quantum computing could potentially threaten current encryption methods, making data protection even more challenging.
Thank you, Frank. I really appreciate your advice.
You're welcome. I'm glad I could provide some insights on fraud prevention. Remember, staying vigilant and educated is key in the fight against financial crimes. If you have any more questions about fraud trends or prevention strategies, don't hesitate to ask.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your time today.
I appreciate your interest in fraud prevention. Stay vigilant and keep learning about new scams. Remember, knowledge is our best defense against fraudsters.